Hey, this is a little message of support for, Sian Conway. She is a phenomenal vlogger who joined a few months ago and has a very impressive following. She recently commemorated her 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. She's a beautiful girl, beautiful spirit inside and out, and very brave and very strong. She came to share her journey with us and leave, the wisdom of her experience with us. And boy, was it hard earned. I have rarely seen such detailed openness and honesty, genuineness, and Sian, if you're watching, I have so much respect for you, and as you know, I always am watching your videos, and I think you're incredible. I also want to tell you, it was because of you and your story that I found strength, courage, and impetus to start telling my own. And so I began with cards because I'm pretty long-winded with stuff, and every time I tried to record my story, it just was way too long. So I did the whole flashcard thing. And it was so empowering just to share. Breaking that taboo of silence and isolation. It was very liberating and very healing for me to do that. And I did share my story too. So thank you for sharing yours. You really have imparted to me a great strength. I'm very grateful. Thank you. I could be wrong, and forgive me, and please correct me if so, but I noticed in your comments that you've talked about really struggling with recovery and feeling bad about not being all better and wishing you could be, but that yes, you've refed, and yes, you're doing better than you were, but anorexia never totally leaves. And I just want to let you know that this is absolutely common. Most of us, unfortunately, 60 to 75% of us do not recover absolutely, 100%. Some do, obviously, which is wonderful, but some of us don't. We're marked forever. I always say, once you hear Anna's call, you can't unhear it. And I guess I just want to tell you that, one, failure is not a term in recovery, and that if you're struggling, it may help to approach this healing path from a striving for optimal wellness standpoint. I've struggled with these issues for many years, and for me personally, despite all that treatment has to offer, and despite fighting with every fiber of my being. And let me tell you, I'm a fighter. I have other illnesses going on, and I took 5 medical leaves from school and kept trying to go back and make it work at uni. Like, I'm just pointing out, like, I definitely made a consummate effort, and while I'm definitely doing much better, I'm definitely not cured either. One thing I've noticed in observing people who come and share their story, especially when they're doing better, is that, especially somebody with your following, I don't know if this is true, but perhaps you feel that you are obligated now to never speak of still struggling. That, you are a recovery role model now, and you should be all better. I just want to dispel that and encourage you that, sweetheart, if you're hurting and you're struggling, it's okay to reach out about that too. We're here, and we love you. You don't have to fight in silence and question your integrity, your commitment, any of that. This is a brutal, brutal journey to have to go on, and we don't have any choice. So yeah, I don't know if you've ventured to watch any of my videos, but I have found this approach that I call optimal wellness. And for me, that's finding a workable balance between overt ED pathology, like being immersed in the behaviors, and perfect health, somewhere in the middle there. And that line is different for everyone, but it may make you feel that it's a little more attainable to find balance rather than feeling conflicted, guilty, questioning, uncertain about getting 100% better, better. Yeah, so it's okay not to be okay. I mean, it's wonderful if you're doing well, but if you're not, know that you can reach out at any time, and you will be received with love and respect, compassion, and support. Also, on a personal note, I wanted to share, when you were talking about how your anorexia developed, you didn't even know what it was, and it was not a conscious decision to, get sick or what have you. And that's my story as well. I think the predisposition was always there when I think back on, like, nature versus nurture, and where did those first thoughts begin. It's very early, it's interesting. But the active ED began not as an attempt to be pretty or more well-liked or, any of these stereotypical assumptions. It was an extremely private, personal, and initially unconscious development. And I was so relieved when I heard you say that. Not that I want you, oh my goodness. Please God, if I could make you well, I would. And I'd never want anyone to suffer in this way. But yeah, there are those of us who didn't even know what we were doing or what anorexia was, So I just wanted to say, you're not alone in that respect either. And I personally am always here for you. I really do carry you in my heart, in my thoughts, and in my prayers every day. And if you ever want to talk about anything, I'd be honored to listen and happy to exchange thoughts or, share more of the meticulous nuances, the minutiae of living with this condition. It's really hard, especially, fighting for that balance I was talking about. Finding a middle ground between being completely immersed in our EDs and being totally cured. I think the most important thing is that we learn to live with and not for this disease. You know, I fully laud, applaud, and support the quest for total recovery. But from your comments, I can tell that despite all of this effort that you're making, and it is monumental, I can tell, there are factors which stay with you, and perhaps this is really causing you some distress. I just sense that. I could be totally wrong. And if so, again, I apologize. But yeah, I want you to know you can always reach out. It is okay not to be okay. It really is. You know, a lot of recovery bloggers feel like they can't talk about the difficult side. Yes, you can. This is reality. And you've done such a profound job in being totally open and honest, you know, about your journey. It's okay to be open now too, even if it isn't all positive. Lastly, I just want to thank you for your videos. You are helping so many people, and you are definitely one of my favorite people here, for many reasons. Your words carry wisdom and power. You are so intelligent and articulate and wise, and what you have to say is very precious and very valuable, and I know you don't feel that, and I know that you are still very much immersed in self-deprecation. I can relate. I think most of us can. But if possible, try and remember that that is Anna's voice and not your own, if possible. I don't know how you experience your ED, or if you distinguish between the ED voice that a lot of us refer to, and your own thoughts. But all of these terrible things that you feel about yourself, and I do believe you, I'm not dismissing what you've said in any way. I do believe that they are intrinsically flawed because they are related to eating disorder consciousness, or AnaConsciousness, I call it. It's hard to break those thoughts, you know, and not routinely self-bash. It's hard, and I still struggle with that too. It's hard. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I am reading your comments, and I am acknowledging your pain, and I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know I'm here for you, and I know the YouTube ED community is here for you too, anytime, okay? Much love, precious one. You are such a blessing to us all. Bye.